What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. So today is February the 6th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers. Today seems like it is going to be a very exciting yet volatile day. So I want to go over everything that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off data point wise, there isn't really anything right here that's coming out that's going to disrupt the broader market. Yesterday, there was Palantir unveiling their earnings. Kick-ass earnings, mind you, so that is definitely going to help a lot of other growth stocks, and you can kind of tell that based on what's happening with Palantir already pre-market. I'll touch on all that, but today and probably the rest of the week, it is just going to be more of a technical driven rally. There's a couple other factors as well that's really driving it higher, and that is China. So right now, China, or I guess the CSI 1000 index is up about 7%. So it is bouncing off of that 5-year low that was kind of derived from yesterday. Futures seem to be looking fairly positive. So today seems to kind of be all panning out that higher highs are coming. Plus the fear and greed index is popping up a little bit higher. So it went from 71 to 73 despite the larger fears. So maybe there might be another post-secondary, if that makes sense, a Santa Claus rally coming. So let me know your thoughts on that. So starting off, good old SOFI is flat this morning, so not really doing too much. It was down, I think, about 1.5%. But because of just broader optimism right now, I feel like that's starting to pop back up. There hasn't been any news, no SEC filings associated to SOFI, as well no new analyst ratings. When it comes down to shorts, they're not doing all that much this morning, so it's kind of flat. They haven't done anything. 13.7% of the free float is being shorted right now. Actually, sorry, it just updated. So they're returning about 14,000 shares. So that probably is what is attributing why it went from negative 1.5% to now flat, but 124.93 million shares overall are being shorted. And if you are looking at trading SOFI with it at $7.58, you want to watch for that 751 support to hold. And if it doesn't test that, then it should have higher highs in the foreseeable future within this week. So 826 is going to be that next strong resistance. But as I said in yesterday's video dedicated to SOFI, bigger entities might not want it to be above $8. So that's something just to kind of consider. Of course, I have to talk on Palantir. It is up 18.36% pre-market. That's as a result of their earnings, kick-ass earnings. Over the last 1 year, it is up 101.2%. So I feel like a lot of SOFI investors are looking at Palantir and be like, what the hell? Like, why are we down after kick-ass earnings? But it's just one of those markets, obviously. Looking right here, this is what Palantir does, in case you do not know. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people know the name of Palantir. It's one of the big AI movements that is kind of taking the market. And plus, it's probably one of the last discounted AI plays out there. Shorts are currently returning about 260,000 shares. 6.03% of the free float's being shorted, so not that heavily of a shorted stock. 116.84 million shares overall are being shorted. So it's kind of interesting. Most likely shorts will continue to return because the trend that Palantir is on is very good. Right now with it at $19.96, there's kind of stuck between this pivot and this R1. I'm looking at the 1 week chart as well on a side note. So $15 is going to be the next strong support, and then 21 is going to be the next strong resistance. So there's going to be a lot of volatility in Palantir's future, and as what you can kind of see, up and down almost 3% every single day. So 21 is going to be most likely the next point that it is touch, and that might not necessarily come today, but within the next couple days, I do feel that based on the technicals, it is going to push it to this R1. Whether it breaks above that, I'm not really sure, because that is very close to the, I guess, 52-week high. So let me know your thoughts on that. Of course, Alibaba, they do have their earnings coming up fairly soon, so Wednesday early morning, and I feel like Alibaba is one of those discounted China plays. So a lot of the Chinese related stocks have been massacred over the last little bit. So Alibaba right now is a 180 billion market cap company. And just looking over the last 5 years, it is down 56 or 57%. This is crazy. So it is up 2.64%. I feel like, especially with the CEO recently buying a pretty significant amount, or at least committing to that, like that really does show that their upcoming earnings is going to be kick ass. Just somehow people are more scared of Chinese stocks right now. This is what they are all about, in case you do not know what Alibaba does. It's not heavily shorted, so 2.01% of the free float's being shorted right now. Like, shorts are returning 33 shares, so a crazy amount, right? So 41.56 million shares overall are being shorted. So this company not really going to be moved by shorts by any means. If you are looking at trading this though, with it at $76.75, you just want to watch for this 75.67 support to hold. Vice versa, 78 is going to be that next strong resistance. So I feel like there is going to be some FOMO aspect that does push at least Alibaba into the 80s, and depending on the earnings, maybe the mid 80s to high. So that could be coming in the foreseeable future. We'll just have to wait and see. And finally, Helios Medical Technologies, ticker is HSDT. So this one is up 40% pre-market. This is what they are all about right here. So you can always just pause that, read through that. And ultimately it is associated to this news right here. So there was news that came out yesterday, but there was news that came out at 7 a.m. So Helios Medical Technologies announces alignment with FDA on re-registrational program for treatment on stroke patents. So again, I don't really know much context about this aside from just the title, but clearly this is what is pushing it higher. This company is somewhat shorted, so around 11% short interest. Shorts, despite the news and it being up pre-market, they are increasing around 26,000 shares, and that is pretty substantial because if you think about it, 71.5 thousand shares are being currently shorted. So for them to increase 26,000, that is a pretty substantial amount. Cost to borrow average is 284.55%. So that's once again an interesting aspect, and with it at $9.77, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 1156 is going to be that next strong resistance. Vice versa, 573 is that next strong, very strong support in the line in the sand. And even if you look at, for instance, the 1 day or the 4 hour, it is above all of this. So 915 is going to be a smaller support level aside from that $5 range. Let me know your thoughts. Is there any other stocks that you are trading? I feel like a lot of people are going to gravitate towards these ones. So Alibaba, especially, I do feel it's pretty discounted, as well as Palantir. You can't go wrong with Palantir. A lot of retail absolutely loves that. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing I just want to share with you, take advantage of this promo as I've been sharing with you. Simply sign up for an account with MULN, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is one of the best deals. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.